Discovering relative clauses, a journey through English texts. Hello, English learners. Today, we're going to dive into the world of relative clauses. They're a key component in sentence construction, adding richness and depth to your communication. Stick with us as we explore how to identify these in texts, and you'll be a pro in no time. First things first, what is a relative clause? Simply put, a relative clause is a type of dependent clause that provides additional information about a noun in a sentence. These clauses are introduced by relative pronouns like who, which, that, and whose. Let's look at a quick example. In the sentence, "The book that I'm reading is very interesting," that I'm reading is a relative clause, providing extra information about the noun, book. Relative clauses can be broken down into two types, restrictive and non-restrictive. 1. Restrictive relative clauses, also known as defining clauses, provide essential information that defines the noun. For instance, in "People who smoke should quit," the clause "who smoke" is restrictive. It defines the group of people being referred to. 2. Non-restrictive relative clauses or non-defining clauses offer extra, non-essential information. They are typically separated by commas. Example, "My brother, who is a doctor, lives in Boston." Here, "who is a doctor" is non-restrictive. It doesn't define or restrict "my brother," but adds additional information. Now, how do we identify relative clauses in texts? Here's a simple process. 1. Look for a relative pronoun. Start by searching for the relative pronouns who, whom, whose, which, and that. 2. Check for extra information. Does the clause provide extra information about a noun? Remember, the noun could be before the relative pronoun. 3. Check if it forms a complete sentence. If the clause doesn't form a complete sentence on its own, it's likely a relative clause. Let's practice with a sentence. "I met a woman who speaks 6 languages at the conference." Here, "who speaks 6 languages" is the relative clause. It begins with the relative pronoun who, gives additional information about the noun, woman, and doesn't form a complete sentence on its own. Now that you're armed with this knowledge, it's time to put it into practice. Pick up a book or a newspaper article and try to identify the relative clauses in the text. Remember, practice makes perfect. And there we have it, an introduction to relative clauses and a practical guide to identifying them in texts. We hope this video has been helpful and enlightening. Remember, the journey to mastering English grammar is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep practicing and you'll keep improving. Until next time, happy learning!